Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Just a spectacular setting here in the Pacific Northwest. We're at Chambers Bay in University Place, Washington. And Frank, what can you tell us about this golf course?
Well, it's almost like a nature walk out there. It's built amongst these wonderful sand dunes. As far as trees are concerned, there's only one really that comes into play. The rest are all in the distance, so you feel very much at one with the elements. It's kind of nice, actually, just going for a little stroll out there like that. Refreshing.
So we're ready to get the round going here at Chambers Bay, and we'll begin, Frank, at the first with a par 4.
496 yards, obviously that'll stretch anybody out there. That bunker down the right is very much in play. The fairway does narrow out too, just short of that. So this really is going to require one of your best tee shots. Semi-blind second shot, a relatively big green.
That was just a beautiful drive, and hit it solid and right in the middle. All right, Frank, how would you break down this approach shot here at the first at Chambers Bay?
Well, Rich, it's partially blind, so you've really got to fixate on the exact point that you want to aim at. That's one of the beauties of this golf course. So maybe even just have a little look and make sure you know that line, because once that ball hits the ground, the natural contours are going to take it in a certain direction. So really fixate on that line.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Settles in over the putt. -1 and early going. Ready to tee off here at the second. Frank, what's it all about?
Well, you hit your tee shot here through the dunes, Rich, not overly long, just under 400 yards. The bunker on the left really shouldn't be a problem. Just avoid the dunes on the right and left.
Frank, I think that's going in the bunker.
Looks like it.
Not quite what he was hoping for, the tee shot in the bunker. This is one of the more challenging shots in the game, the fairway bunker shot, isn't it, Frank?
It is. You look at the distance involved, obviously what's in front of him now. He has to hit this shot absolutely clean.
So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second.
It's no snack, though.
And that drops for another birdie. 2 in a row to start the round. At the third tee now, Frank, and what are we staring at here?
This green is anything other than symmetrical, so be very, very cautious on where the flag is. Anything in the middle of the green you can putt to the corners, well, if you can call them corners, more like ragtails, but beautiful par 3.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Boy, this would be nice, Frank. I mean, you talk about jump-starting a round. If he were to make another birdie, we'd really have it going in the right direction.
You can sort of feel it too. People around there know. I've seen the birdies to this point.
Just misses.
Well, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
Just a couple of feet. Holding steady now at 2 under par. Frank, here on the 4th tee, you get a good look, don't you, at what Chambers Bay really is all about.
It's framed beautifully, Rich, by the bunkers there, left, short, off the tee, plus the ones down the right side. You can see everything in front of you, but the hole does bend to the right. This is another one where you've got a generous fairway, but don't be fooled by that. It's fairway first.
Tough par 4 measuring 495 yards. To where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank. Frank, more than a decade ago, this had to seem like such a long shot to host a U.S. Open on a site that was previously a sand and gravel mine.
Yeah, it's unheard of for the USGA to go to a golf course that, it was built in 2007. Normally we think a great golf course has got to be 100-plus years of age, but this is where we're proved wrong. Chambers Bay is a golf course, number one, that anybody can play. It's a walk-in golf course, number two. That's really what the USGA stands for. So this is a golf course that's going to host what is the toughest test in professional golf, and also host you and me just playing around for a little hit and giggle. Very few golf courses can do that. Obviously, you can't make them all from that distance, Rich, but you'd like to give it a real good run.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Those keep the round going, those par putts. Frank, it's kind of fun to swing away on an elevated tee like this, the 5th here at Chambers Bay.
It looks straight away. It certainly does. And under 500 yards, so it gives you a chance, plus that elevation. You should be able to knock one down there. The hole pinches in, though, with those bunkers left and right, and there's just one bunker in the front of this green, and that, as you can guess, should be avoided.
Be careful. They call this hole free fall. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That's well played. Now a good look at birdie.
It's at sneaky distance.
Almost. Wow. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
Getting set to hit the tee shot here at the 6th at Chambers Bay. Frank, where are you looking to land the ball off the tee here?
There's a nice dune down that left side that sort of gives you a good line that you can work the ball off here. But remember, this is a links golf course, so you don't try and fight Mother Nature because she'll always win. So just anything down the left, let that ball sort of kick its way back towards the middle of the fairway. A lengthy par 4, though, at 495.
I like the looks of this one. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Will make birdie if this drops. And with that, he'll go to 3 under. On the 7th tee now, it is over 500 yards from the back tee.
Yeah, this is called humpback, and you can see why. There's all those mounds and undulations between you and the hole, plus all that amazing bunkering down the right side. All to be avoided, really. If you can do that, then you get a decent look at this green. But yeah, you've mentioned it, 500 plus yards. It's going to play longer than that uphill.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. Frank, this is good golfing weather. Nice strong breeze. Pretty good shot. That ball settles in about 13 feet away.
You'd like to think unlucky for some, but birdie putt coming up.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Now to the 8th and a long par 5, Frank.
Fortunately, there's no bunkers, just the dunes either side. The hole looks a little narrow off the tee, but get down there, you're going to realise that's a fairly generous fairway. There's a little bit of mounding in this green, too, that actually slopes it back towards the player. So use that to your advantage. What a great shot.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Second from an excellent lie. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Putting a good round together now at 4 under. Really good mix of holes here at Chambers Bay. And Frank, we finished this front side with a par 3 after just having come off that long par 5.
And it's a beauty, too. The tee is some 100 feet up in the air, so you get a great view of this magnificent golf course, and you realise why it's called a true links. This green here, though, it looks rather daunting, well bunkered on the right side, but you can see enough of it. And once again, links, use the bounce, and you can still kick one in there close.
Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. So a longer putt coming up next, about 30 feet away. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Ah, that hurts. Wow. Four under on the day. Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back nine, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Knocked that down for par, remains at 4 under. Stepping up to the tee here at the 11th, Frank.
Yeah, it looks straightforward. You see a big dune in the middle of the fairway. You can really take that out of play. Get it down there as far as you can. You're going to need to. And then from there on in, it's really just trying to find out exactly where you want to land that second shot so that you can get it on the right level.
Great line. What a great shot. He has really hit it a long way. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This is a good-looking shot. Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Starting to really play well, -5. Measuring 311 yards, the 12th, Frank, seems to offer an opportunity for a player to do something pretty dramatic here.
Yeah, it's called the Narrows. Really, it should be called the Temptation, because what player stands on a tee knowing he can reach and doesn't take up the gauntlet?
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now at the 13th hole here at Chambers Bay, and Frank, this one bends to the right, par 4.
It doesn't mean that you have to cut it or move the ball in that direction. Ideally, really, anything down the left side of the fairway would be well suited for this hole. There is a central bunker that sort of protects the front middle of this green. You can go in left of that or right of that, but this is a beefy par 4. 4 on the card, and you are not losing ground.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good swing, good shot yet again. That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot.
Well, Rich, if he can make this one, add it to that string of birdies.
And generating some momentum now. Has to be feeling good right now. Looks good with 2 straight birdies and 7 under on the card. Frank, this is the 5th par 4 in a row, and they're not easy. This one here at 14, really a daunting tee shot.
It is. That's why it's called Cape Fair. A true Cape hole in golf, Rich, is when you've got to decide how much you want to bite off when you hit across a slight dogleg. And this one, really, you're going to be rewarded the further left you can go. There is one little bunker in the middle of the fairway that you have to avoid. That's going to be 320 or so yards off the tee. This hole, 546 yards, you're going to see a variety of second shots, or the length of second shots here, determined purely by the bravery of the tee shot.
Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. No doubt they'll be happy with that shot. Well played. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Now 8 under on the day. At last, Frank, a break from those long par 4s. We just played 5 par 4s in a row. Now the par 3 15th.
And also, as you can see in the distance, you can actually see a tree, one of the few that are on the golf course. Hence the name of 15. It's called Lone Fir. Not overly long, just a little short hole. But in a US Open, obviously they can play it at around 250 yards. It's just a fun par 3. But check where that flag is, because sometimes 3 is a good score here. But an easy flag position, then go straight at it.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. You don't want to make a habit of it. In the bunker, again off the tee. Great knees, great hands in this shot.
Yeah, touch. You have to have that feel. You have something between the ball and the club face, so it's a different feel, but you also have to have imagination. Well,
Frank, obviously our gamer is one of the best from the bunkers, but for the average player out there, what's the mistake they too often make when trying to play a bunker shot?
Well, it's the only shot in golf where you're not trying to hit the ball. You're trying to hit the sand first, but it means the club has to go through the sand on both sides. Take a nice little divot with the ball in the middle, follow through. Ball's going to come out every time. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, now a pretty short shot here into the 16th.
Yeah, green, anything other than flat. Very narrow, skinny green. It also slopes left to right. You can use that to your advantage. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Just 2 holes left to play. Now a par 3, the 17th, 218 yards, and all sorts of trouble, Frank, down that right.
Well, if you weren't beached at the 16th, then there's a chance you can be derailed, which is what this hole's called, at 17. Difficult par 3. You can see the bunker there in front, and once again, wind conditions. This is going to probably require one of the best tee shots, especially in the closing stages of the US Open.
This one has a chance to be close. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. This is a 16-footer. Oh, I thought he had that.
Now putt for par.
Trying to stay steady, make a par. 9 under for the round. Now to the 18th hole. Frank, everyone wants to finish in style.
Yeah, the home hole here, once again you head back to just a wonderful view, and you realize that Chambers Bay was designed as a walking golf course, and it was designed to have fun and test every department in your game. 18 will do that. It probably gives you more trouble on both sides of the hole than any other hole on the golf course.
Going with a lob wedge here. So that one settles about 18 feet away from the cup. Pretty good shot. Playing his third here at the par 5. So the short miss, and those are painful. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Always like to get the double figures under par. 10 under already. Really good round out there today. What's the mindset, Frank, to keep it going?
First thing, really, Rich, just try and keep the same composure for tomorrow's round. Get some rest, we know that. Shouldn't really have to hit the range. Swings in good position. Just keep it easy and visualize how tomorrow is going to pan out.